So I would say this is Jeff.
This is David. We're watching a loading screen.
We're playing Dark Souls 2 still.
Oh, okay.
Forever. Always.
Forever. We're not going to stop.
This is technically new content, I guess, for you, right?
Yeah,
you didn't actually... Yeah.
Yeah, I had no desire at all to fight this guy, so...
This is the Ancient Dragon. We're taking damage there to set up it's a red Tearstone setup, because we're going to be...
You just got hit.
We're not
you
dead.
Didn't dodge.
You
should be dead. You should. You have like
it's
one health.
Fine. It was in order to to increase the drama. The Ancient Dragon is the big old dragon we got the Mist Heart from, who is passive until you start whacking at his leg with a mace, which we will be doing.
Oh, good.
For a very long time.
You hit the wall.
Now, this is an extremely frustrating boss if you play it with co-op people.
Okay.
Because the dragon is pretty much strong enough to one-shot any character, unless the ones that have like seriously stacked fire defense, and have heavy armor, fire defense, that kind of thing.
Right.
But for all intents and purposes, especially at SL1, every single thing is going to kill you in one hit anyways, so we're going to go and we don't need armor, we don't need anything like that, so we can move as fast as possible.
Right. And you already killed the champion, so these guys aren't going to fight you. Yeah, the champion
is still dead. They're just kind of hanging around. Now, I do not know if they will aggro on you once the dragon is aggroed. I'm sure that is the case. If that is the case, then Godspeed trying to get back here. That actually sounds more terrible than fighting the boss.
Yeah, that honestly does. Yeah.
Because you probably just get right here to the fog door and then die.
Yeah.
Fortunately, the boss is easy to manipulate its AI to just get into an AI loop. So we're going to do that.
Nice.
And then we're going to stab it until it dies.
Are we going to throw hexing urns at it, or are we going to stab it?
No. We're going to. I guess we're going to bludgeon it to death.
Okay.
Lightning bludgeon it to death with our lightning mace. So.
Okay. I mean, that's apropos.
Yes.
That's how you kill dragons, with lightning in the face.
Considering, yes, it is lore. That is the lore.
Mm-hmm. That's what Gwyn did.
Well, lightning to the foot, anyways.
Well, Gwyn blew their faces up with lightning. We'll try.
Yep, exactly. I did not mean to throw that poop at the camera. Sorry. Didn't mean to throw that poop at you. Sorry.
I don't believe you. Okay. You still not mad?
Not yet. Almost. All right, there we go.
There we go.
Okay. There's the big old dragon. The only thing we need to worry about is his fire. Well, not that fire breath. That actually we don't need to worry about.
That's Calamite fire breath.
Yeah. The one we need to worry about is the fire breath where he shoots underneath him, or anywhere on the. So yeah, as soon as you see the wing flap, that means run away.
Okay.
We're gonna eventually get him in a, like, say, an 80 to 90% successful AI loop, but if it decides to do a wing flap, you need to immediately just run in the opposite direction. Like this, it's a very, very large arena, and you need to get pretty much all the way across it in order to avoid the stupid fire.
Okay. I didn't realize the arena was this big.
I think that the Scholar of the First Sin version is actually a little bit more tame than the original version, with like the amount of damage and the size of the AoE and all that. But either way, this is the attack that we want to bait out all the time. Forward fired breath, because, well, you can see why.
Right, you get plenty of hits.
Yeah, we're going to walk up to medium range, and we're going to line up his front foot with his back foot, depending on which side we're on.
Okay, the diagonal back foot, yeah.
Yeah, diagonally, the back foot needs to be lined up, which will make him change position and do forward fire breath again. We're going to whack him with our mace, like so. I'm going to walk it back out to medium range and line up the other side so that he'll rotate the other way. And we're going to do this until he dies.
Well, this is not as bad as I was thinking.
Yep. It's, in fact, much more boring.
Wow.
I am also grateful that this AI trick works.
Yeah.
Because if you fight him with anyone else, his AI is unpredictable, because it will be hard to tell where he's going to.
Flap.
what he's going to attack next. And mostly you'll just be increasing his health and defense while your phantoms get burned to death in a single fire blast. That's usually just what happens if you co-op this guy.
Okay. So, if I remember correctly, the lore is this guy might not actually be a real dragon.
Yeah, that's the idea. Like, this is one of Aldea's like greatest creations, I suppose. You see all of the failed versions, including the skeleton that tries to jump at you, as just being like another version of it.
Oh, right. I'm assuming that's where the malformed skull and stuff like that came from as well.
Yeah, and all the things in Aldea's keep with all the experiments and whatnot. It's very, I don't know, it's a lot of the lore is pretty muddy, because even the Emerald Herald, I guess what you might call the real one, mentions that the dragon is ancient. You know, and it's called the Ancient Dragon, but like, if it was relatively recently created, I mean, even if you
that was a little
even if you consider like the reign of Vendrick and all of that to have happened, even if it was like 1,000 years ago, because no one really knows. I mean, it's hard to tell. There's not really a set timeline. It's not really a kind of game that gives you a set timeline.
Right.
Nor does it need one, but it's unknown how long ago these things happened. But I mean, you could make a base assumption, since the structures are still intact, that it wasn't like, you know, millennia. So I don't know. There's contradictions, but whatever. It's a big old dragon.
right.
Lore-wise, it might not be considered one of the, even though it's called an ancient dragon, it might not be one of, I guess, the primordial dragons
Well, it's
from the intro of Dark Souls 1, but it still looks like a dragon and breathes fire.
right. Well, there's also like the Duke's Dear Freya. When you go back afterwards, and there's that giant dragon or that giant monument, and you go in there with the Ashen Heart or whatever it was. And there's a dead dragon that looks kind of like this one there. So that maybe like this is a copy of the ancient dragon, not the actual ancient dragon.
Yeah, that's entirely possible.
And
it might be that the
just
actual,
his first name. He's ancient.
Yeah, it's possible that Annie's actual soul was still back in the dream world from you know, primordial times or whatever. So I guess it's also possible that, I guess it doesn't technically look like Seath, but the petrified dragon, since Freya was supposed to be the descendant of Seath's soul anyways.
Right.
That it might have just, I don't know if that was just a nod to continuity, or if it, in some sort of interpretation, you could say it was a petrified version of
Seath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either way,
Ah.
stuff and things.
Yeah.
This guy's not dead yet, but
No.
he's
No.
getting there.
Uh,
Tunk, tunk.
So how are you?
I am doing well. I've been playing a lot of Cardinal Quest 2.
Yep, I've been playing some of that too.
That is an enjoyable video game that is 100% free, and is great for playing pretty much anywhere.
Yeah, it's
It is in case you didn't know, it's a roguelike. It's on PC, iOS, Android, all that stuff.
oh, it's on PC
So,
too.
I think so, yeah. Pretty sure. And yeah, at least on Android, I assume it's free on the other ones, but I don't actually know because I don't have the other devices.
Right.
But
No reason to get them. Well, maybe the
Yes.
PC.
maybe a PC eventually, but
So
But
you
yes,
can
that is
render
a really
videos
fun,
a little faster. I don't know.
yes, it is a fun roguelike. That the best part of it is that skills are based on cooldown recharges, cooldowns, rather than
MP
like
or-
managing MP, or I mean, I guess for one of the classes you can unlock an actual MP bar as a.
Spoilers, I'm not there
Alternative.
yet.
I guess you didn't read the unlocks.
No,
You can
actually, I
character creation.
didn't.
Oh, all right, well,
That's
spoilers
fine.
if you.
I don't actually care about spoilers with that game.
So yeah, I've been running through a lot of that. I'm trying to do suicide runs on the first chapter now, and I managed to get 100 floors into the tower before not dying, but giving up out of boredom. So I was like, I want to like do other classes now. I think I've got this one on lock. It was a hilarious controller wizard. It was constantly, hey, the guy died. It was
Thank
constantly
God.
in.
Actually, I mean, your story's interesting.
Constantly like enslaving dragons and charming everything and just like spawning minions and summons and mirror images, and like the whole room would just be filled with like my minions, and they're just every turn there would just be like a cacophony of clanging steel as everyone is fighting amongst themselves and killing each other. And then after a while I would be the only one that's left because everything either died or was desummoned, or and I'm like, all right, next floor. All right, do that 98 times. I'm good for now. I want to do another thing.
Well, fair enough. Well, that's done.
I did manage to get all of the alchemist unlocks from that tower run, so it was still productive. So.
Well, that is good. I think I'm chapter 1.4 or 1.5 or whatever. With the first class, the warrior. So, yeah.
Also known as the one that is available at
the beginning. Yeah, yeah. I've been spending most of my time doing other things, like working.
I've been doing some of that too.
Yeah.
Also been playing Disgaea.
What?
Demo came out
for Disgaea 3 or 4, whichever one it is.
5, yes. 5.
Oh, jeez. I keep
think
forgetting.
We've gone over this before. It's 5.
We have. I just keep forgetting how many there are. It's
so
like, I played
delightful.
1, I skipped 2. It should be 3 now, right?
That is delightful. Also, it has the demo apparently will carry save data over to the final version of the game, which is always nice. That's a nice little bonus.
Yeah, that is.
And also I've been playing the anime nonsense that is Metal Gear Solid 5.
So it's good?
It's so good.
Okay.
It's quite an enjoyable program.
I'm glad to hear that it's good. I was let's say maybe worried because THQ turned the gun squarely back in its own face and pulled the THQ. Konami.
Well, I mean, THQ did, but I think you're talking about Konami at this point.
Konami. I'm looking at the Saints Row the Third box, and I said THQ because it's right there. So Konami squarely shot itself in the face. So, and I mean, people were saying that were involved. It's like it's the greatest Metal Gear. It's going to be fantastic. I was like, maybe you're just saying that because it's the last one, and you just want people to remember. It being great.
there is that. There is the drama surrounding it. It does kind of add to its weird charm.
Right.
But I mean, it's basically just Peace Walker 2.
And Peace Walker was good.
And purposes.
Peace Walker was a lot of fun.
Yeah, like you still do the same, like base building, like getting dudes and their specialties and morale and all of that stuff. Like the army building side of things is still there. That's why I kind of think of it as Peace Walker 2. I mean, obviously, it also takes place right after Peace Walker.
That helps, yeah. And you get to see the big boss go completely insane.
The intro prologue chapter is a lot more intense than I thought it would be.
As somebody who never played Phantom Pain or Ground Zeroes,
yeah,
never played Ground Zeroes. Like, from what I've heard about how that game ends, is it the same level of intensity?
Yeah, that's pretty intense.
Okay.
It's it does take like the beginning of the game does start right after the ending cutscene of Ground Zeroes. So yeah, there's continuity. I don't know. I don't want to spoil it, even though it is literally like the intro chapter of the game.
No, but, I don't want you to spoil it. I was just trying to gauge how things were.
There's it's more violent than I thought it would be, and also a lot more intense. Just like this is a very dire situation.
Right. Well, it's even though
there's a lot of human misery going on here.
Well, I don't own a PS4 or an Xbox One because those are a lot of money, and it was just cheaper to upgrade my computer again.
But at the end, you're shooting a shotgun at a...
Wait, really?
Yes, that is literally what happens. And I'm like, yes, Metal Gear. This is right. This feels right.
Are you being serious?
Am I? Yes.
Okay.
I mean, obviously the person riding the horn was also...
Are you fighting like the crazy Ned astronaut guy?
I don't know. I suppose maybe it could be.
I'm trying to remember what his name was. What he was the Fury.
The Fury,
Yeah.
sure.
It's like, can I even play Ground Zeroes? Because all these things are available on Steam. Can I play Ground Zeroes? Well, it's more like, can my computer handle Ground Zeroes? Yes. Maybe. Yes. Maybe. Okay.
If you would like to listen to David read off, like, let's say, system requirements for PC games that have come out recently,
Recommended. OS, Windows 7,
yes,
64-bit.
Please consider donating
Windows
to our
8,
Patreon,
64-bit,
which is up there in the corner.
64-bit OS.
You can
required.
get more of this. No, stop! You're gonna give it all away. You have to wait for the money to come in. Then you can continue.
Okay. Processor core.
This is where I insert a cha-ching sound. Cha-ching!
Processor core i7-4790, 3.6 gigahertz or better. Quad core or better. Memory 4 gigabytes of RAM. Graphics NVIDIA GeForce GTX 760 DirectX 11 graphics card required. DirectX version 11. Hard drive 4 gigabytes available space.